surrounding to the gluteal muscles, yeah? So feeling strong and powerful even before we begin moving. Okay, let's set the shoulders up, squeeze them back and take them down. And again, squeeze up, drop back and take down. Take the right hand onto the shoulder and allow the ribs to move as you circle around the shoulder. Okay, then the other side. Right, so allowing the ribs to lift and also the chest to accommodate this movement. And then around, so try it. Now, if going around doesn't feel good for you at the moment, stay with your hand onto the shoulder and then the other side. Brace your abdominals, so the whole time you're working your abs. I explained just by body movements where you think, I'm crunching, take it round. Why am I not crunching? How am I working my abs if I'm not crunching, all right? And I've explained that a little bit further on in the lesson. So round we go, one more time. Okay, just loosen off the upper back. Take your hands onto your hips and just rock forward and back, so pelvic tilt. Just keep the movement quite subtle. Make sure you're pushing forward, taking it back. Okay? Remember our A to C position. A to position to C. And again. Okay, now I'm going to hip hitch. So we're going to come into the center and I'm just going to lift up the right hip and then the left. Again, keep it quite subtle so the pelvis is stable, but as you just take that little lift, yeah, not too much. So think about like a spirit level across you, right? If you're in spirit level, it's just going to go up slightly. Right, one more time. Now you're going to place your hands onto your ribs and then you're slowly going to turn around. Okay. And again, two more. Let's try it the other way. Right, so keeping the shoulders nice and still as possible. See, not this, okay? Obviously there's going to be a little bit of movement in them, but hardly anything. One more time. From here, let's set fire the glutes. So let's tap out. So notice my supported leg just slightly bent, yeah? So I'm firing up the glute into the left side, yeah? So I push out. Two more, 1 and 2. Now bring that foot in hip distance and come down to a little squat. Okay, and again, down into a little squat. 2 more, 1. Now we're going to bend the right leg and you're going to tap out. So tap, 1, 2, we're going to do 8. And again, remember this is our working leg, even though we're abducting and adducting, this is the leg, the glute that we're firing up. Okay, give me 4 squats. You come to center, good. So keep the head up. Okay, and again, back flat. One more time. All right, take the right leg out nice and wide. Give me a sumo squat. Come down and then lift up. Okay, and again, coming down to the floor and lift up. Down to the floor, lift up. Now take your arms open, so you're like in a diagonal, right to left and right to left and left. Put your arms in from a V, down into a W, yeah? Up to V and down to W. And again, lift and lower, lift and lower. Now semi-bend the knees, take your hands to your head and then just come over for 4 to your right side. 2. Press. So the hard work is as you come up. VW, lengthen out through the legs. V to W. V, press away to W. And again, 2 more. 1, last 1, 2. Now take your hands at the side of the head, bend the knees off slightly, and then come over. 2. That's it, lovely. Really reaching down, elbow towards the knee. Bring yourself to the center, come down into a little sumo and then lift up, okay? And again, push down as if you're gonna pick something up and down, up we go, okay? So pick it up and through. All right, one more. Now, stay here nice and low. Open your arms to V. Okay, so you're in a low squat. Open the arms to V. Lift up and lower. Sumo. Down, stay here. V. Lift up and lower. And again, sumo. V. Lift and lower. And again, down we go. V. Hold. Lift and lower. Bend the knees off slightly. Give me 4 bends. For 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Now you're going to lunge over to your right side, and then you're going to lunge to your left side. That's it. So travel over to your right. Again, just loading through the glute. And this time, got a nice little stretch on the inside of the thigh. Take it over to the left side. From here, bring it up to the top. Bend the knees slightly. Give me 4 side bends over. Feeling it into that waist. 2, 3, and 4. We're going to finish with 4 sumo squats. So we're going to come down, lift, up, and lower. Now this time I'm going to slow it down. Lift up into your V. Hold it here. Slowly coming up to the top. So I'm just changing the tempo and then lower down. Now slow sumo. Don't rush this, guys. Don't rush. Up into your V. Push the pelvis back. Anchor into those heels as we always do. Lift up and lower down. This is your last one. Pick up. Open. Push back into those heels. Lift up and open. Bring your right heel in and bring your left heel in. Up with the arms, open the chest. Squeeze the inner thigh together and down. And again, so it's up and open, in and down. So this time I'm going to come up and open. Now I'm going to come into a little squat, in and lift. Okay, so we're going to go up and open. And as I come back in, I bend and down. All right, so again, 1, 2, squat down, you plie, 3 and 4. Take the right arm up and over and press over to your left side and then over to your right side. Okay, and again, the reason I'm keeping your heels together and your toes apart is we're creating instability. So our core muscles, we're using more of the muscle fibers of the deep core muscles because we haven't got so much, yeah? So if I had your feet hip distance apart, and in a moment I'm going to change things. Now, take your heels away and your toes forward and step out a little wider, all right? So a little bit wider than hip distance. Now take it over. Much easier, yeah? You're in full control. So that's why abs on fire, I bring the heels, I bring the stance much, much closer. Thoracic rotation, arms open. Work from the waist as we go around to the right and then round to the left. And then round to the right and then around to the left. Okay. Back of the hands, bring them together. So think about the cervical and thoracic, yeah? So as we make this movement, ripple through, okay, smooth, flex, and extend. One more time, smooth and extend. Take the right arm over the top and then the left arm over the top. That's it, and again. Push up and over and then up and over the other side. Okay, ladies, bring your arms down. Now, take your hands back onto your hips and then just push forward and back again. And now this now should feel just a little bit easier, a little bit smoother as we go through. Okay, so think about hip bone to hip bone. You're bringing them forward and back. Yeah? Forward and back. Then place your hands just on top of the hip bone and then lift up. Now remember the spirit level. Spirit level is obviously going to wobble over one side and then the other, but that's what we want it to do. 2 more. Ready? Place your hands onto your ribs and then we're going to circle around to the right side. And then we're going to circle around over to your left side. One more time. Bring it through to the center. Take your hands away. Circle around the right arm and then the left arm. Take the right arm up, left arm out, asymmetrical. Other side. Push. And again. Lift and push. So this time I'm going to go into rotation. So I'm going to go up, I'm going to rotate around, then I'm going to come into the center and then lower, other side. So I lift open, asymmetrical. Follow around your left hand. And in and close. One more time each side. Asymmetrical, open. So you're at that 90 degree, yeah? 90 degrees. There we go. Center and close. One more time. Open. Follow that left hand around. Center and close. Take your arms stand at the side of you. You circle around the shoulders. 1 and 2. And allowing the chest just to accommodate this movement as you open. Okay, hands down at the side of you. Come down to a little side bend. And then over together. One more time. And you start to move the legs on into a little pattern. Okay, so from here, lift the right knee and then the left. So I'm just bringing in the arm as I come up. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. You can just do knee raises. Yeah, that feels better for you. So again, femur attached into the pelvis. So I'm using those pelvic tilts, what we were doing earlier, just by lifting the femur. Okay, so there I'm tilting my pelvis forward and back, but it's staying stable. Okay, give me 2 more as you lift. Remember, you don't have to use the arms if you don't want to. Abduct. So you're going to come out to the side and away. Again, your shoulder. So if I'm using my right shoulder to take the arm away, and now my left, I'm not flinging it, yeah? It's not this. It's a controlled movement. Well done. Not that I can see anybody, because you've already said you have your cameras off today, so all I can see is myself. That's not a very nice sight. 2 more, 1 and 2. Then just tilt forward and lift back. You're making me feel lonely out here. Again, breathe back. You want to go into my lounge today? 4 more, 1 and 2, 3. Now you're going to give 4 little squats, yeah? So you're going to sit back into those heels. Again, 2, 3. One more time, ladies. Okay, go back to your knee raise. You're going to do 1 knee raise, and then you're going to do a lateral abduction, and then you're going to do a hip extension. Again, still working that pelvis in 3 planes, and then give me a squat. Now you're going to do it all onto your right side, okay? So it's a right, and it's the right leg again, and it's the right leg back into that squeeze, and then it's a sit down into your chair, okay? The other side, 1, 2, take it back, 3, and then into your little chair back. Well done. Gosh, I'm saying well done, I said I can't see you, but just giving you the motivation anyway. One more time. And enjoying our Pilates, ladies. The end of another week on a beautiful sunny day. And one more time. All right, let's just do it through. Okay, just to remind you, I haven't mentioned it in my classes in the week, that tomorrow I'm taking a bike ride out for beginners, 25 miles from St Mary's Church in Woking at 10 o'clock. More than welcome to join us. Chin to chest, roll it down, take your right arm, lace it through, and then up to the top. And if it's like today, it's going to be absolutely wonderful out there. And again, drop it through and lift it up. And again, drop it through. And it's free of charge, by the way. I'm not charging for it. Come and join us. Bring your bike, obviously. And join us at 10 o'clock and then around the other side. And make sure both feet are firmly down into the ground. And lift up. One more time. There we go. And then lift up as far as you can. all the way up to the top. Okay. Cat to cow, hands onto the thigh, and then coming up into your cat stretch, and then into your cow. And again, up to cat, lovely ladies, and cow. One more time. We're going to come up to cat, then to cow, and then to flat back. So I've kind of just lifted up slightly. I'm going to take my right arm up, and then my left arm up. And again, squeeze up on your right arm, and squeeze up on your left arm. Okay, lovely. Chin to chest, ladies. Roll it up. Circle the arms around. And then last time, hands onto the hips, and then just push forward and back. We're going to remember that spirit level as we hip hinge. So up, just as I said, subtle movements. You should be feeling much nicer now. And again, lift and lower, hands onto those ribs. Circle. Circle around. And then to the other side. 1 and 2. Come back into your perfect Pilates posture. Make sure your weight is evenly distributed between both feet. Lock on with the gluteal muscles, okay, so nice and strong. Inner thigh, pelvic floor. Squeeze the abdominals, and everything is staying strong in this area. Head up nice and tall, and then take your arms up, bring your palms together. As you bring it down, I just want you to think about growing a little bit taller. One more time, strength. And then stand stronger than you did 20 minutes ago. Take your hands down, lift up and over, still staying strong, still staying long. As I come to the center, I'm almost growing into the center, other side. So tilt the pelvis, tilt it over to one side, then come up to center. So you've grown in the middle, okay? Probably half a centimeter. Grow, okay? Now in the center, grow. Bring your glutes up, and again, other side. So you connect even further. Take your shoulders round. Okay, ladies, take your hand weight. Okay. Take your hand weight, or if you don't want to work with weights today, a mini ball or any form of resistance, yeah, and a water bottle. So take your weight up in front of you. It's in line. Shoulders, then just rotate round to the right and round to the left. Staying on this rotation, so working with the waist, bring it into center, step, lunge, and then from here we're just going to come over to the left side first and then over to the right. Yeah, do that again. Over to the left and then over to the right. From here, step back in, and then from here, right, so step back, step lunge. We're going to go over to the right side first, and then to the left side. And again, around to the right side, and then around to the left side. Into the center, and then lower. Step out into a side lunge, but bring the weight down with you. And then into the center as we always do, and then over and to center, okay, and again, down we go. So you're just loading the glutes as well, and working through that inner thigh. 2 more. We're going to go down to your right side, lift up, and if your weights, you bring it forward. If your weights are super strong, go right side first this time. Your weights, are light. You may want to use 2 weights instead, but I want you to feel this in the waist as we work back and forth. Take it down, push back, other side, step and lunge, set your position, take your weight, and then we're going to go around to the left side first, and then around to the right, and again, around to the left, and then around to the right. Okay. Step it in, and then take your weight, your legs up nice and wide, then come down with your weight, sumo squat, and lift up, yeah? So down to sumo, and lift up. Down we go, And lift one more time. Now as you lift up, I want you to take the weight into the right hand. Take the other hand to the side of the head and then just come down. Bend the knees off slightly. 2, 3. What we did earlier, add in a little bit of weight, take it over the other side. 1 and 2. So we're opening up the obliques, yeah? Or part of the rectus abdominis, part of our six-pack. One more time. So open the waist and up we go on the hard part. Take the weight to the center, slowly come down to sumo and lift it up. And again, slowly come down to sumo. And leave the weight onto the floor. Open your arms to a V. Lift up to the top. Draw your hands down, keep facing forward. Take it down, and chin to chest, rolling all the way down. All the way down towards the floor. Chin to chest, inhale, exhale, and then roll it up. Vertebrae by vertebrae. And shoulders back again, and just circle it off. And ladies, we are ready to go down onto the floor. So I wanted to show you some ab exercises by standing, because the old-fashioned way of thinking was if you're not doing a crunch, you're not working your abs. So that's not true. All of the movements that we have done today, even like from your knee raise, abduction, because I'm causing this unstableness, yeah? I'm creating balance, it's making us recruit more muscles. Remember I said to you, when you stand out wide, here, you've got lots of balance, yeah? We can do lots of things with our arms and everything. The moment you come in, yeah? Or I'm putting you onto one leg, you're creating that instability. Right? So I just wanted to explain to you, why is she doing those movements for this one? You should be on the floor doing 100 crunches. Okay, just lower my camera down slightly. Nearly there, ladies. Nearly there. So I'm going to come down and I'm going to do a very basic ab curl prep. Not my favourite, but we're going to do it. So I'm going to talk, and then I'm going to build up from there. So let's go all the way down. Let's walk the hands away and then going into your downward facing dog. So just stretch off through, pedal push through to right to left. You're getting a nicer stretch into those calf muscles. Okay. When you're ready, ladies, come down onto your knees and then come around into a seated position. Okay. So walk forward, a bum walk. When we used to do that in aerobics, a bum walk. And then we're going to come into a half roll back and eventually come back. So again, use the space there. All right, so from here, let's just go into a lovely little half roll back. And we know these. We do hundreds of these, don't we? And all the ladies that are with me today have done hundreds. So you're going to tilt the pelvis, round off that spine, and then lift up. We're doing flexion, extension. On my next one, I'm going to do rotation. I'm going to bring my hands into the chest, and then I'm going to rotate round to the right, and then rotate round to the left. And take the arms away. Flex, and then extend. Bring your hands down, and then rotate. Okay, one more time. Take your arms away. Into your flexion, into your extension, hands into chest and elbows wide. Okay, ab curl prep. Take your hands just at the side of your head, from there, and then just tilt the pelvis and roll it back. Oh, I've got somebody at my door. Wait there, ladies. I would like you in this position to squeeze up and lower, okay? So ab curl prep. Second. Swelling. I'm teaching at the moment. I'm on Zoom. I'm going to have to go. I'm on Zoom. I'm online, live. Okay, that's see you later. Sorry. It's just coming around. A friend just popped in. I was in a chat, so I can't be doing that now. Okay, so squeeze and lower. And again, squeeze up and lower. Now I'm going to use the legs as well at the same time. Now as I lift up, I'm going to bring my right knee in towards my chest. Yeah, so it's like a little crunch. So ribs to hips as we lower. Yeah, so squeeze and lower. And again, and lower. Now I'm going to extend my right arm to my right ankle. Yeah, right arm to the right ankle. Squeeze and crunch. 2 more. 1 and 2. Take your head into your hands. Just take your head down onto the mat first of all. Okay. Then we're going to lift up. Just going to give the neck a little bit of a break. I want you to lift up the right leg, not to a tabletop, just a little bit, and lower. Yeah. A little lift. So it's like a baby march. It's a lift and lower. Yeah. And again, lift and lower. Up and lower. Okay. Now bring your head, cradle it into your hands. You lift and lower. And again, squeeze and lower. All right. Now head into hands. Using my upper abdominals. Okay. Head in hands. And then I'm going to make it a little bit quicker. So I'm going to do 1, there's like a little march, yeah? A little march there. Okay. So it's like a slow march, yeah? Slow march. 6, 5. Yes? We got this. Okay, now, we need to do a little bit of a run now. And we need to get away. So, together ladies, let's run, yeah? Let's run. Here we go. There we go. Now, I just want you lightly into the mat, yeah? Very lightly. Nice. Like a little feather on the mat. And then you can get a little bit harder, and I want you to have a tantrum, yeah? Tap it down, tap it down. That's it, have a tantrum. 3, 2, 1. Ladies, so your head, neck and shoulders down and bring your knees into your chest. Take the legs away. Now that should have got the heart rate up as well. Open your arms and then just come over to your right side. And then up to the top and then over to your left side. And again, up and over we go. Round to your right side. And then up and then over to your left side. And then over we go to the right and then over to the left. Okay, we're going to just stretch out those hip flexors before we move on. So take the right foot down and the left foot down. And remember the pelvic tilts that we did earlier? What I want you to do now, yeah? So rock the pelvis forward and back. Your spirit level should stay equal. Right, so it should be in the center. Tilt and through. Okay. All right, now spirit level is going to come away. So I'm going to tilt the pelvis and lift up. Again, hip bone to hip bone, spirit level. I'm going to hip hinge. So I'm going to drop my right hip down. Obviously, spirit level has moved up to the top and then over to the other side. So squeeze and lower. Squeeze and lower. And again, up we go and lower. That's it, well done. Oh, when you take that squeeze to the center, I want you to come up and then down, yeah? So it's up to the center, squeeze as high as you can, then drop the hip down. High as you can, squeeze glutes, and then drop the hip down. Okay, stay here to center, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's lower it down, ladies, lower down. All the way down as far as we can. Okay. Bring your right leg into a tabletop and then your left leg into a tabletop. Okay, so we want to find that transverse abdominis. We work it a lot in Pilates anyway, but I want you, as I did in my class yesterday when you joined me, I want you to feel it, yeah? I really want you to connect with it. So that mind, body, the connection through that TVA. What I want you to do, it is so simple. I want you to press your heels of your hands against your thighs. I want your thighs to press into your hands, yeah? So it's like a tug of war. Push. I'm pushing in with my thighs. I'm pushing away with my hands. Can you feel this here? Yeah? And relax. Okay, I'm going to hold you for about 6 seconds and relax. So let's feel that again. We've all got it. Okay, and again, press. Press in. Just bringing your thighs in towards your hands. Heels of your hands won't let them come in. Hold it there. 3, 2, 1, and release. It's tough. It doesn't look much, does it? It doesn't look much at all, but it really is, as you know. This is your last one. Tabletop. 3, 2, 1, go. Press. Hold, 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 and release. Okay. I want you to move one leg, yeah? So move and move. Now bring that tension on. Bring it on. Bring that knee in and then press away. So I'm pushing the thighs away from me with the heel of my hands. Pushing. So I'm resisting against one another, yeah? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's another one of those exercises, ladies, that looks absolutely easy. But doing that correctly, it's useful, and it can also elevate our heart rate as well. Open up, let's rock over to your right side, keeping the knees and the ankles together, and then over to the other side. Up and over, and we're going to use our weights next. You can jump over to your right, and then over to your left. Okay, put your feet down one by one, and then take your weight in towards your chest. Lift it up to the ceiling, stay in neutral spine, and then lower down into a single chest press, long chest press. So lift up, and then you've got your diamond chest press. Now I'm going to do a pullover. So take the weight back behind me, and then I'm going to pull it over the body. Yeah. And again, so I'm taking it back, that one weight, and then I'm going to pull it up and over. Now you will need quite a strong weight, a heavy weight to feel this. Now this time as I pull up and over, I'm going to lift up. The head, neck and shoulders lift up, and then lower down. Okay. And again, on my next one, I'm going to lift my right foot away, so I bring my knee up, so lift and lower. Again, this is what we did earlier, remember? Lift. I want you to squeeze those abdominals in, so you're doing that pull over, knee comes in towards the chest, and the other side, pull over. Now if this is good, ladies, I want you to extend the leg, so extend, yeah, and again, extend, so keep that leg nice and straight. And again, 1, and pull over, 2. 2 more. Now if this feels good, I'm going to work it a little bit further. Okay, so I just need to come back, realise I've not got enough room. So lengthen the body out, okay? So as I pull over, I'm going to lift my right leg. So I'm going to lift up and then lower. Now you don't have to do this if you don't want to. Lift and squeeze and lower. So you can stay with the legs bent, so one knee bent, and then bring in one leg up. Okay, now both legs, shall we try it? So lift, squeeze. Oh my goodness, yes. And lower. And again, come on ladies, I'm only going to give you 4 reps. Squeeze up and lower down. And again, lift up and lower down. One more time. Up to center. Squeeze up and then lower. Okay. Ladies, bring your right leg in, bring your left leg in, bring your weight over, place it sideways across you, tilt your pelvis, and then lift up to bridge. Okay, then lower down, and again lifting up and lower. Hold on to the weight because we're going to hip hinge. Okay, so hold on and squeeze at the top, then drop and lift, drop and lift, and again, one more on your left side. Okay, ladies, take it up to the top and squeeze. Take the weight away, take it down at the side of you, vertebrae by vertebrae. Let's lower it down. As my coccyx comes down to the floor, so I take my right knee into my chest and I extend my left leg. Then I'm going to change. Now, if this hurts your neck at all in any way, then you can take your head, neck and shoulders down to the floor. By single leg stretch, by lifting the upper body, we're engaging the muscles at the top, from belly button up. Again. 1, push 2, push 3, and push 4. Okay, knees to chest, ladies, and relax. Okay, take those knees away. One more set. I want you to press into your palms of your hands, the knees into thighs, into hands, hands into knees. So you feel it. That we feel it into TVA, transverse abdominals, and then relax it. And it's one of those muscles that is based obviously between the hips. Let's do it again. It's based in between the hips. So you can't kind of fold the hips. You can't do much with them. Yeah, so it's quite difficult to get into the muscle. So I suppose if you think about it, press again. If I wanted to really strengthen my glutes and my hamstrings and my quads, I'll squat and I'll lunge. Or if I want to strengthen my bicep, I'll do some curls, yeah? So they're quite straightforward. But this isn't, yeah? We really need to feel it. So press one more time. This is your last one. Okay, now push, push, push. How do you feel this, ladies? This is your last exercise. Feel your personal TVA, transverse abdominis, that beautiful muscle that we need to keep strong, supporting us for back strength, giving us that leaner look. 2, 1. Years ago, it was not talked about, that muscle. Years ago, you would go into a gym, and do you remember those machines that used to put, not machines, sorry, there's like, I don't know what they're, ab crunchers. Just rest your head on them. Do you remember we used to do crunch and crunch and crunch and crunch and crunch? And that's what we did. That's what we did. But now, that is very 80s, even into 90s. Well, so we change. So circle the feet around. We've moved on so much. Exploring the biomechanics of the body and how that works. Okay. And I think if somebody would have told us 20 years ago, by raising your legs or abducting them away, how on earth is that going to work my abs? All right, just rock off side to side, ladies. You've done really, really well today. I hope your abs do feel as if they've worked. Okay, take your legs down, extend your arms above your head and extend your feet away from you. This is now your full abdominal crunch. Abdominal stretch. Okay. I want you to roll it over, ladies, and I want you to come into a baby cobra. Okay. Again, stretching the abdominals. Push up, squeeze the glutes, stretch the abdominals. Okay, bring yourself back into a child's pose. Lengthen out through those arms. Okay, come up onto all fours, cat to cow. And again, up into cat. Into cow. Okay, ladies, I'm going to swing it a bit further forward and tuck my toes underneath me. Push the hips up to the ceiling. And I'm going to walk my hands in. And you know, we did abs on fire class without a plank. can be done. We don't always have to plank. And I know some of you don't like the planks. Okay, so standing up nice and tall, just look around on the right and then around on the left. We've made it on time as well. Round we go right and then round we go left. Okay, bring the right arm across the body, stretching out the back of the shoulder and then through to the other side. You release the arms, bend the knees, sit down in your chair just for a second